Hi boys and girls, welcome back. Today we are going to be dividing numbers with that are in scientific notation. So remember we're doing Cornell styles of notes this time and every time that we do notes for this class. So our objective for today is I will be able to divide numbers in scientific notation. So scientific notation with multiplying and dividing, these steps are very, very similar. In fact, they're the same basic rules as multiplying. So step number 1 is divide the coefficients. Step number 2 is divide the powers of 10. Step number 3 is combine those results. Step number 4, put in proper form if you need to. So let's look at some examples. So division with scientific notation, you guys know your power rules, so this is going to be, super easy review, just showing it for you a couple times, and I think you'll get it right away. So step 1, divide the coefficients. So 5.4 divided by 9. And when you do 5.4 divided by 9, you get 0.6. When you divide the powers of 10, you go 10 to the 6th power divided by 10 to the 2nd. So we know we need to subtract the exponents. 6 minus 2 is 4, so 10 to the 4th power. Do not solve it, just keep it at 10 to the 4th power. Then you combine those results. So 0.6 times 10 to the 4th power. Now 0.6 isn't in proper scientific notation. It has to be, the coefficient needs to be between 1, greater than 1, and less than 10. So 0.6 does not work. We need to change it to 6. So when we move that decimal to the right, it becomes 6 times 10 to the 3rd power. Right? So when we divide 5.4 times 10 to the 6th power divided by 9 times 10 to the 2nd power, we get 6 times 10 to the 3rd power. Alright, so let's see this. We have 4.4 times 10 to the 6th divided by 1.1 times 10 to the negative 3rd. So let's follow the same steps. Step number 1, divide the coefficients. So 4.4 divided by 1.1, which is equal to 1. The next step is to divide the powers of 10, so 10 to the 6th divided by 10 to the negative 3rd. So remember when we're subtracting and negative, we have to keep change opposite. So 10 to the 6th plus 3 is 10 to the 9th. Then combine the results, we have 4 times 10 to the 9th, and that is already in proper form, so we can skip number 4. Right, so divide the coefficient, divide the powers, combine the results, make sure it's in proper form. So I want you to pause the video, take a second, and divide the following numbers. And some of these, when you divide them, there are numbers that keep repeating, keep going on. I want you to round to the nearest hundredth place. Hundredth place. Alright, so I hope that when you divided these are the answers that you got. So 5.76 divided by 4.55 is 1.27, and then 10 to the 2nd minus 10 to the negative 4th. So keep change opposite, we get 10 to the 6th, so 1.27 times 10 to the 6th power. 5.62 times 10 to the 8th power divided by 2 times 10 to the 0. So 5.62 divided by 2 is 2.82 times 10 to the 8th power, because 8 minus 0 is 8. Then we have 8.2 times 10 to the negative 6 divided by 9.4 times 10 to the negative 3rd. When you divide 8.2 divided by 9.4, you get 8.72. And then negative 6 minus negative 3. So keep change opposite, you get 10 to the negative 4th power. And then last but not least, you have 4.55 times 10 to the negative 14th divided by 3.77 times 10 to the 11th. When you divide that out, you get 1.21 times 10 to the negative 25th power. We're going to do lots more of these examples in class, but I just wanted to take a second to see how we're doing on your own, and we will be talking about this more. This is just kind of like an introductory with it all. So make sure that you write down your 2 questions. Even if you don't have specific questions or that you're confused, it needs to be questions about the content. So thank you for actively listening. I will see you in class later, And I hope that you have a wonderful evening or afternoon or morning, depending on when you're watching this.